I write about everything. Sometimes I write about the kinds of things I don't even know anything about. This is one of those things. I have, it's actually a license from Prohibition days. During Prohibition, the government allowed so many people to make alcohol legally. And they had to have a permit like this. If you were a rabbi, a priest, a minister, and you needed for your own ceremonies, you had to have alcohol, you had to have wine. This license allowed you to make just so much. If you were a manufacturer and you made shaving lotion, you needed alcohol. So there were those things that life continues even during Prohibition. I came across this, which is one of those licenses, and I had it in my living room. And I passed it every day and thought to myself, how many people don't even know that there was such a thing? Let's put it in a book. Well, at the time I was writing several books, and there was one in particular that took place in an old antique store, one very much like this. And I thought, what are the things that it hides that nobody even knows about? Sometimes you see a permit. Well, that's what it was for. But the frame, what about the frame? Well, in this case, it was really, and it still is, a beaten up 4 pieces of wood that look like they have had better days. And so that was how this book happened. The Hidden Treasure Files takes place in an old antique store where they have a lot of different things. Some are valuable, or all were valuable to somebody at one point. This little permit was valuable to some people until it wasn't anymore. So that's how this book started. This is a piece of worthless something that the antique store owner, 2 chapters before, used to prop up the window because it wasn't worth much more than that to him. And so the time came that he was starting to put things up for an auction. And he thought, let me get rid of the piece of junk. And he puts it up for $2. Within 10 minutes, 2 different people bid it up to $100,000. And as you read, you realize it was worth a lot more than that, but not to everybody. To a specific group of people, including the head of the New York crime family. And that's how this book began, The Hidden Treasure Files. You're going to love it. My website is martinhermanauthor.com. Pay me a visit.